Hello and welcome to PointOrView. Intuitive Machines lands on the moon in historic first for a U.S. company.
What we can confirm, without a doubt, is our equipment is on the surface of the moon, and we are transmitting. So, congratulations, IM team. We'll see how much more we can get from that.
A U.S. company has gone to the moon and into the history books on February 22nd, Eastern Time. Intuitive Machines IM-1 mission reached the moon's surface on Thursday evening. In the first American lunar landing since the Apollo era, the company's Nav-C cargo lander, named Odysseus after the mythological Greek hero, is the first U.S. spacecraft to land on the lunar surface since 1972, adding to the feat. Intuitive Machines is the first company to pull off a moon landing. Government agencies have carried out all previously successful missions. We are on the surface, and we are transmitting. Welcome to the moon, Intuitive Machines CEO Steve Altimus said from Mission Control. There was a delay, as expected, between the landing and when engineers were able to assess its success. A few minutes after the expected landing time, Intuitive Machines Mission Control was still trying to reconnect communications with the spacecraft to confirm whether it landed. The company's Mission Control ultimately picked up a signal and announced its lander was on the surface. What we can confirm, without a doubt, is that our equipment is on the surface of the moon and we are transmitting. Odysseus has found his new home, Crane said. The mission is a part of NASA's Artemis initiative, which aims to establish a sustainable presence on and around the moon. NASA has funded several companies as part of this program, including Intuitive Machines, to which it has paid just under $118 million for this mission. Intuitive Machines launched Odysseus on top of a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket on February 15th, and it reached the moon's orbit 6 days later. The company aims to create a business out of transporting customer payloads and experiments to the moon's surface. On this trip, the company is carrying 6 payloads for NASA and 5 from commercial customers, including sculptures from artist Jeff Koons. The company's shares have jumped about 260% so far this year, giving it a valuation of almost $900 million. Odysseus is expected to operate on the lunar surface for about 7 days before the landing site is plunged into lunar night, rendering the spacecraft inoperable. On board are 6 NASA science instruments, many of which were designed to collect data during Odysseus' descent. Only a few countries have successfully landed vehicles on the moon since the United States and the Soviet Union first achieved this milestone in 1966. China, India, and Japan have all reached the moon with robotic vehicles for the first time in the 21st century, with India and Japan achieving this feat within the past 6 months. Odysseus has joined the prestigious list of moon landers. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson has stated that the Odysseus lander will face specific challenges at its landing site near the moon's south pole, which is filled with craters. Despite the hazards, the mission aims to explore the possibility of abundant water, which could be converted into rocket fuel, hydrogen and oxygen. The Odysseus lander, roughly the size of a British telephone booth with legs attached, made a historic landing on the moon as the spacecraft landed near the moon's south pole, a region of high interest in the space race due to its suspected reserves of water ice. This water could potentially be converted into drinking water for astronauts or even rocket fuel. The South Pole is also the target landing region for NASA's future astronaut missions. The lander is equipped with 6 NASA payloads, an array of scientific instruments designed to test new technology and evaluate the lunar environment. If all goes according to plan, Odysseus will operate on the moon for 7 days before entering a sleep mode as the landing zone experiences lunar night. Countries and companies worldwide are racing to the moon for several critical reasons so far. China, India, and Japan are the only nations to have soft-landed vehicles on the Moon in the 21st century. However, the European Space Agency reports that more than 100 lunar missions are planned before 2030. That's a wrap. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.